Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. So today, let us continue with the combination of Mars and Mercury. I had half done that particular combination, given you simple points, 3 points, I think. So let us continue with that. This combination can also go through a war, Graha Yuddha. So when that happens, usually Mars is a very strong planet, and usually Mercury succumbs to any planet which it is sitting with, until unless Mercury is exalted and very strong. But let us see what actually happens when these two planets come very close to each other. So let us take an instant that Mars has won the war and it is benefically posited. Mars has won the war and Mars is benefically posited with Mercury for that particular ascendant. In many cases, this can happen. Like for the ascendant lord being posited in the ascendant for Aries, if Mars is there along with Mercury, and Mercury is the sixth lord. So, negatives are there. The positive is that it is giving rise to a Rachaka Yoga in Aries. I will not go into the exact details of the Lagna. So, let us go generalistically now, generally. So, here Mars motivates and takes up all the qualities of Mercury like intelligence, tactfulness, cunningness, telling lies, trying to avoid situation, and knowing how to escape from situations. These are all the traits of Mercury. Mars never escapes; it directly confronts. So Mars now becomes more tactful. Though there is aggressiveness, there will be brains behind that aggressiveness, which actually will work in favor of the native. What if Mars is winning the war and it is negative? It sucks up the energy from Mercury. That is, all that which Mercury represents, like the central nervous system, the brain, the neurons, so dexterity, motor nerves. So, depending on the placement of this particular, combination, the native might go through some several health problems related to the nervous system. The other way around, when the war happens, that is, they are within 1 degree from each other, and Mercury is extremely strong, let us say exalted in the sign of Virgo, within 10 degrees in the sign of Virgo, and very strong, and Mars is also posited there. Mars is in a weaker position there because it's in the enemy's house and it's not that greatly posited, but being the eighth lord from Virgo. I'm just giving you an example. But when we take up these type of examples, we should understand the lordships also of the planet. Don't simply blindly see that particular combination in the sign. See from that sign where is its original sign, the own signs, and then see the calculation as to which is the nearest one, which is the farthest one. The farthest one gets more value. So this is actually understood by another theory of Jaimini Sutras. We'll come to that later. So Mercury, though it wins the war, will not take the dominant role in any combination. When it comes into a warlike situation, Mercury always stands behind. So Mars is always in the front. So it puts Mars in the front. So that means a weak, mentally weak or a introvert kind of a person will show case himself has a very strong personality with a mask in front, trying to tell that yes, I can do it, but inside he has the fear. So this kind of a situation will be created because of a war in which Mercury wins the war but will not take the dominant role. So the control is taken by Mercury, but the act, that is, it is the Mars acts the role. That is how it works. We'll go to the next point. Mars as usually suggests a well-built body, a wrestler, martial art expert, a sportsman, very strong arms. Mars represents the arms, the shoulders. So it represents the chest, very strong. Mercury, on the other hand, represents humility, timidness, sometimes covered eyes, a weak body constitution, introversion. So it's totally contradicting when they both come together. This is not the war situation. It's a normal combination of Mars and Mercury. And when they are close to each other, let's say 5 degrees from each other. So when they are nice, well posited, when they are well posited, these people can become extraordinary sports persons, like in golf, hockey, football. And if this the same thing is taken over by Mercury, and if it is well posited and Mercury is strong in that particular position, the person will be more into mind games like chess, coding in computers, car racing. These people have to know how to use gadgets. They are very fast at using electronic and electrical gadgets. They are very good electricians, excellent skilled workmen. So it all depends on who is taking the a dominant role in this particular combination. So who is controlling rather than the role? Because usually in the war situation, Mercury, when it is controlling also, then it will put Mars in the front. But in a normal combination, Mercury also can take the lead role of becoming a lecturer, becoming an army officer, because Mars gives Ruchaka Yoga in several cases. And with Ruchaka Yoga and Mercury along with it, what a super strong combination it becomes. A man with, the physical strength and also the brains. So somebody had sent me a comment recently telling that with though there is a war between the planets, the person was physically very strong. Though Mercury had won the war, he was physically strong for 70 years. Excellent. I understand this particular combination in that aspect. Mars is the one which actually is put in the front to take care of the situation. Mercury sits like the controlling office, like the satellite office, which is down on the ground, but it's controlling the satellite. Mercury is always the brain. It does always want to control. So Mars, on this third point here, it is Mars is for logical and strong, determined acts, and Mercury is for the Earth, Bhumiputra. So Mars also is Bhumiputra. Mercury also represents Earth. So Bhumi means Earth. So earthwork and construction and real estate is seen from this particular combination. If Mars takes the leading role, these people will be directly into construction like masons, architects, engineers, builders. But if Mercury takes the control, they become architects, designers. They more are into the office kind of a work, supervisors. So this kind of a thing. So, but still, this is a super strong combination for people to take up business in real estate and construction, particularly earthwork. So, what if there's a balance between these both planets? These people are very skilled in their work. They are very good drivers, very tactical, skilled drivers. We need the best of the engineers and best drivers in several places. Mountainous areas. You need extreme dexterous and very active personnel. You can't, take even a second out of the way. If you are, if you lose your consciousness, that's it. So you should be extremely conscious, very aware of the situation when you are driving in that area. So Mars, Mercury, they are very good in driving if it is well placed. Okay, they are witty, because usually Mars is not a witty planet; it's a forceful planet. Mercury gives that flavor of wittiness, that intelligence, the brain of immediate intelligence. So Let us go to the next point. What if in bad positions, 8th house, 6th house, 12th house, triksthanas, what we call as the malefic houses, the native can go through accidents. It all depends on the lordship, but I will not directly go into the thing now. Because Mars is with Mercury, injury can be with the in the face, the head. There may be some damage, some scar, some cut. Even a small young child going through this dasha may run into a table corner and get hit with with a cut here and near the eye. Sudden bleeding. We have to get the stitches done. So you get that birthmark kind of a thing there for life. So even for adults, they can go through accidents, where road accidents particularly, where they can get hit in the neck or the back, which might uh, make your spinal cord weak, the back nervous system weak. So you may go through a lot of pain because of cramps and other problems of the nerve CNS. So what if the other way around? Now the Mars was giving you the accidents and kind of things. What if the other way around, that Mercury is strong and it is placed in a bad situation, bad position like 6, 8, and 12? Acts of moral turpitude, going out late in the night, trying to experiment on things which are not required for, socially, it's not acceptable. Drinking, driving, unnecessary party, making them wild parties. These are all not acceptable for the social life, but still, this is happening everywhere in the world. So people are going through the difficulties. Society is facing this difficulty. But what to do? These are the people who are in the society. So some of them, they do all this because of, I don't know what joy they get from there, but still they feel that they get that exalted joy there. So they go into acts of moral turpitude, eve teasing, going out of their way and doing things which are not good for the uh, society. So like telling lies, thieving, so and so. So, if this kind of a combination gets into addiction, it is very difficult for us to pull them out of addiction, because they always get, Mars gives that aggressiveness and Mercury succumbs to the addiction. If they fall into addiction, that is, let us say, if this combination is along with a Rahu or along with retro Saturn, it's a tough combination to handle. So, let us go into the good positions now. I'll give you an example. Like if I take Makara Rashi, that is Capricorn, as the ascendant, so then from there I can see Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. So Mars becomes the fourth lord and Virgo becomes the ninth house. So the ninth lord becomes Mercury. The fourth and the ninth. So Kendra Sthanadipati, Trikona Sthanadipati, both join hands and they both are sitting in any good house, let us say in the Kendras or the Trikonas. This particular combination will become a Raja Yoga. So let me end with a very beautiful yoga like a Raja Yoga, where actually the native will have extraordinary, materialistic benefits in life, like house, like vehicles, because the Kendra and the Trikona are there. So house, a good wife, a good husband, a good professional life, 4, 7, 10, along with fifth and ninth, good faith, good religion, good practices, good nature, good guru, a good teacher, good mentor. What else is required? So, a good combination also can happen in this particular combination of Mars and Mercury. So, thank you very much for today's class. God bless.